By the way, where did
That's
that
a shocker,
come from?
that.
Torpedo Moscow. That was like, I almost said, unlucky, David, before I read the question out. Shocker.
That was a shocker.
Right, Katie's back. Katie, what we got?
Okay, so my job over the next few minutes is to make the argument as to why Arsenal will win the Premier League, okay? So I've got a couple of stats here. They've improved year on year, 5 points behind Manchester City 2 seasons ago. Then it was only 2 points last season. In terms of the head-to-head against Manchester City, they took 4 points off City last season. They scored just 5 fewer goals than Manchester City. More broadly, though, they didn't lose to any of the Big Six in the last campaign. City won just 2 games against the Big Six. Arsenal won 4. And Arsenal won 16 points against the top 6 and City 12. So emotionally, I suppose people are thinking third time lucky, Arsenal could do it, could win the Premier League, but also it comes down to those last remaining 10 games, doesn't it, with Arsenal and City, to see who will be crowned champions. And I think that's also where this argument falls down as well. Will the title all come down to how Arsenal perform in those last 10 games, Ray?
Yeah, that's the crunch time. It really is. I mean, coming to the last 6-7 games even, you've got to win every game and put pressure on your opposition, whoever it's going to be. It could be Liverpool, whoever it's going to be. But certainly they're learning every single season. They did improve last year. A couple of games again, they lost it. West Ham at home, Villa at home when they dominated the first half. Fulham they drew at a vital stage of the season as well. So they've got to learn from that. But certainly the defence is very strong now. You know, they brought in the Italian guy. They've got Timber back fit as well, so he's another good addition to the back six or back whatever they're going to call them. And it's a situation now they've just got to learn. That striker is always going to be a dilemma. People would always say, "Oh, they still need that number 9."
But do they?
Well, I don't think there's anybody out there to make it. I know Havertz has done a good job up front as well when he's played there as a false number 9. Jesus is there. He looks quite sharp during pre-season.
Yeah, definitely in pre-season. Yeah, I agree.
He looks quite sharp, but a little bit injury prone. He does get injuries during the season, whether they got enough backups to score the goals. But I'm going with UK. I think it could be their season. Man City have got to drop off a little bit. But the worrying thing for Man City, they had De Bruyne out for a lot of the season last year. They had Haaland out for a lot of the season. They still won it. Now, if they stay fit, then, you know, it's going to be a real... And they're just juggernauts, aren't they? They just know how to get the job done. To win 4 in a row is amazing.
Jeff Sterling fancies Liverpool. That surprised me.
I think it's a bit unknown with Liverpool, isn't it, under Arne Slot? Obviously, we'll see a different style of football. But I still think when it comes down to those last 10 games, just picking up on what you were saying, Ray, Man City, 9 wins and 1 draw in the last 10 games last season. Previous campaign, remember they went on that 12-game winning run. And as for Arsenal, we're seeing year-on-year improvements in that last spell. 8 wins in the last 10 last season. In the previous season, they only won 4 of the last 10. So we are seeing those, you know, when it comes to the
pressure.
Last... It is pressure.
And Man City know how to get over the line.
They're still favourites, aren't they?
Oh, absolutely. I think they'd be favourites, but it's close. It's close in the betting. I'm sure it is. But I think Arsenal have got to go out, and the problem you have, the expectation goes up again, doesn't it? Because what they did last season, and they've got to keep it at the same level, and it's difficult at times, and injuries always play a big part during the season. Key players staying fit, Odegaard staying fit
at the back as well.
You know, City need Rodri to be fit all season, probably in that central midfield area, and certain players are so important for the team, and that's where a little bit of luck comes in.
I think one question I'd like to ask you, Ray. William Saliba looked amazing for France at the Euros. Do you think he's the best centre back in the world?
Yeah, well, Gabriel has been great as well. I think the partnership they formed is really strong. I mean, Ben White has been excellent at right back. Left back's going to be interesting, see who plays there. But the 2 centre halves are probably the best in the league at the moment.
Interesting. Ben White will have been in the next England squad. Katie, thank you. Coming up, it's time to embarrass our chief football commentator Sam Matterface on national radio once again, as it's the return of the curse of the commentator.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Alan Brazil, Thursday and Friday morning 6 till 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.